Hey, welcome to Spisswall Beer Review. I'm Jammer, and that guy right there
is right here.
Yeah,
right
there.
This guy, I'm
Right,
poking him.
right there.
My eye. I'm Jammer, fucking fan. I'm a fan. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
I got the Jammer fan. What is that? How you Weihenstephaner? Weihenstephaner?
I thought it was smoother, like Weihenstephan.
Yeah,
Like
Weihenstephaner. There you go. Weihenstephaner.
Weihenstephan.
The world's oldest brewery, brewed in Bavaria, Germany since 1040. That's impressive when you think it's the oldest one, you know.
Well, I got an impressive date on mine, too, if you want me to throw it up to the cam, if you're ready for me.
Go for it.
Crap,
I'm spilling it.
Brewed since 1878 near Shag Dog's old stomping grounds. I've had Genesee Honey Brown many times on this channel. I've complained about it. I brought it on. Have I done this one? I don't know, Jammer. Have I done the Genesee beer, the red and white?
I don't remember you doing the red and white there.
I don't think I've done the red and white. This is the classic Genesee. It's just called Genesee beer, but it's actually a lager. It's an American adjunct lager, according to the internet. And of course, Rate Beer Advocate. It's an American adjunct lager. Yeah.
Well, mine gets a 93 by the Beer Advocate, and this is 4.8. I think it was 4.8 ABV.
Well, I don't have the pleasure of a live browser. You mind telling me what old Genesee is getting on the internet, like what the kids are saying?
Let's see.
Like, what are they? It's just called. It's actually hard to look up. Because it's just Genesee beer is the name of it, and like it really confuses Rate Beer. It wants to show me the cream ale. When I remember looking it up the other day, and it was like trying to show me the cream ale, but it's not the cream ale. This is just Genesee beer lager. It's 4.5% American adjunct lager.
Hey Genesee.
Hey Genesee.
All right, we got the Genesee beer. It just has the red, white, and black, actually, but that's an old label, I think.
Yeah.
It's a 64 by the ABV. I mean, 64 BA score and a 4.5
that sounds
ABV.
Right. Yeah, that's it. That's the
brewed
old
with
Jenny.
6-row barley malt, corn grits, and hops from the.
That's it. They're really happy about the 6-row
Valley. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's
how you like how they call it corn grits?
I think they're trying to make it sound fancier.
Yeah.
It's kind of bullshit, but yeah. I haven't done this one on the channel though. But you actually have a real beer, man. That's the Helles, right? The Helles Lager.
The Helles.
The only problem is that I have a clear date. Well, it's Julian. So the date they put on this is Julian, but I know how to decode it. For instance, this is L. So you have to find the month. January. So it's like A B C D E F G H I J K L. So L is December. So I know this is December 10th, 23, because it says, so here's the date code, Jammer. It says L103. And nobody would be able to figure that out unless you went on the internet and figure out how to do it. Yeah. But that basically means December 10th, 23, this was brewed. But let me ask you this. I remember this brewery actually having a clear date, right? Do they have a date or no? I swear they have a date. If not, it's
7/18/2024.
Okay, so and they usually and imports always date out a year, and most domestic brewers date out 6 months. So we can basically say that was brewed then within a certainty, probably July of 23.
Yeah.
So you're sitting at about 7 months for it, but that's import though. You know, you can't. It's hard to get fresh.
And I bought it back in beginning of December, I think it was. So you're looking,
Oh, sorry. There was all of a sudden. So there was a bunch of kids. Like I don't know. I don't know how to describe what I just saw, Jammer. But I heard like a squealing noise. So I peek around the corner, and I look at my door, and there's a couple kids on my porch. Like looks like they're playing hockey, and they're like woo. They're like playing with the ball or doing hockey or something, and then they just run and dart away, and my door closes, and I'm like, what the? I'm like, I haven't even really started drinking yet. What the fuck is going on? I have somebody going in and out of my house, so I know it's like I know how the door has been opening and closing, and I just now out of my window I see these kids running down the street.
Yeah.
They're playing some kind of like street hockey or something. And about a month ago, I actually had my first ding dong ditch in the neighborhood. These kids rang my doorbell, and I open it, and I hear laughter, and these kids running away, and I'm like, and I wasn't mad or anything. I was like, I did that kind of shit when I was a kid. I was like, good for you guys, but you know, like, can we?
You did more than what I would do. If somebody rings my doorknob, I would probably look at my ring or look out the window, and I say, I don't know.
I don't have a ring. Actually, I told Julia, I'm like, this is one of those things. Like when people started getting cell phones and stuff, like we need a ring. We need kind of like that, you know, a legal protection of just having something like that. It's almost like, you know, it's a thing you need to have now, because if somebody steals something off your porch or some, like, you know, somebody crashes into your, you know, sometimes like somebody will like crash into a Taco Bell in the middle of the night, or like crash into somebody's yard. Like you'll see a picture like some drunk driver like just goes into somebody's yard. Like it helps for evidence to have like video of your house. You know? Yeah, I still have an old school. These motherfuckers are still door dong ditching my ass. At 42, I'm getting door dong ditched.
Yeah, you're gonna be the old man on the street, man.
I think that's pretty much it's you know, every year I get closer.
Let's go harass the old man down the street.
I should start chasing them with the fucking broom.
I'll get you.
Yeah, you know, or you know, back in the 1800s, if trick-or-treaters were annoying you, they would throw scalding water. Like these old women would come and throw scalding water over the fucking kids. I'm not fucking around, dude. Like that was how you like got them to like, you're like, oh, it's trick or treat. We're going to TP your house. Not if I got like a fucking cauldron of boiling water. Fuck off. Like, dude.
I bet you $1,000,000 they didn't get too many people messing with them after that.
Yeah. So I don't know if like running after him is going to do anything, but it doesn't happen much. Doesn't happen much. And you know what? Who am I to?
No, you just make a YouTube video without really being able to reap a reward from it. You know.
Yeah. No. But you know, I always liked cool old people when I was young that were just like, all right, you know, like they could bust you like the cop that lets you go or whatever. You know, like. Yeah. I think at least once in my life I was let off for like a ticket or something. Have you ever had a cop just say this is a warning to let you go ever?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think it's only happened a few times, but you know, it's like it's always cool though. You're like, oh shit, I guess like some people are cool, right?
Yeah, exactly. Some people don't let the authority go to their head, you know.
Yeah. So I feel like, man, should I really be a dick as an old man chasing the kids away? As long as they're not doing any damage, I'm just like, all right. Very funny.
Laugh it up, chuckles. That's all I would say.
I've noticed since Biden's been president, just kidding, kids have been playing with like Apple dolls. You know those like dolls you made of apples, like they're playing Monopoly. Like they're getting the board games out of the cabinet because their mom's like, you can't play. I guess Fortnite and Minecraft are those. Have you heard of those games? They're the games. Probably not, Jammer. You're not that cool, Jammer. You haven't played. Tell me what Minecraft is. Describe Minecraft. What is Minecraft?
Well, if it's the same Minecraft I'm thinking, it's where you
really the one you've always played.
The bombs and all that stuff. You're looking for what you call it.
No, you're thinking of what's that? That's like it's not Minefinder, but that's. I know what you're talking about.
I've heard of the game, and I know they have the single person shooters and all that stuff like that. I've played a couple of different ones. I can't get into them because they always want you to be a part of a group that do something.
Yeah,
and I'm more of a loner in that sense because I don't have the time to go on. Oh, let's plan for 4 p.m. to get together and do all. You know, I'm doing beer reviews with you, but it's always on the spur of the moment. You know, I mean, it's never.
Well, Minecraft is imagine Legos come to life. So you're a blocky guy in a blocky world, and you can build like interactive houses and play. It's like almost like a virtual. I saw
a video where the guy went into some unknown territory in the game and was able to get to a point where there was flags and stuff where you opened up and said stuff. Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about.
So yeah, it's, and my daughter, who's 9, loves it, and it's been out for almost 10 years now, but we actually had real Legos. So we're like, what are you talking about? Digital Legos. Like, I'll tell you, one of the best moments of my life, Jammer, I think it was my 7th birthday. I asked all year, they asked me, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, I want the Blackbeard pirate Lego ship. It was so detailed that you would build the masts, but it actually had some fabric that came with it. It had real flags that were, and I think it was a 3,000 piece set. It had cannons that you would build that would stick out the side, and you had pirate Lego people. It took me 2 months to build this fucking pirate ship, dude.
Yeah, I remember.
And I built it. It was like and I swear, every time I've ever built Legos, there's been a step I couldn't figure out, and I just skipped it or tried to somehow buy. So it was like my own kind of clunky pirate ship that had its little I'm like, but I did it. I got it there.
Exactly. I remember them having even the Enterprise,
the alternate stuff. You flip over the box, and it would show you the alternate designs you could do. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was like, here's the main design, but here's cool stuff you could do just on your own. Yeah. But yeah, dude, I actually always was looking forward to the future. Like, oh my gosh, AI would be so cool, and the Jetsons and stuff. But it turns out it actually just really fucks everybody over. And we'd be better off just like watching VHS tapes and using landlines and shit.
You'd be better off disconnecting to a big degree, yeah.
Especially because, dude, digital information is so easily surveillanced, too,
we have a neighbor that just put up a camera that's right in the middle of the building, and it's right. It's like you're getting everything, and you're so close to the window that it's like you probably could hear what I'm saying, and it will pick up on the.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I'm inside because the walls are so thin, I was like, what the hell? Yeah. That is ridiculous. And then again, there's nothing you can do, It's
yeah.
Unless you want to go off and get a place that's on your own acre of land, or 5 acres or whatever, and get away from people,
So I got something funny to show you, Jammer, because we do have to talk a little bit about beer, because we're the Spitter Swallow Beer Review.
Yeah.
Or you're the Spitter Swallow Beer Review. I am but a mere guest at the Taj Mahal. Thank you. I'm looking for a glass, so it's hard to do dishes when everything's getting renovated in your kitchen. So I'm down to the small glassware. I mean that. Here's a very tiny glass. I think it was a yogurt or something. It's like super tiny. So but I want to pour this beer for the people to see. So.
Let me go ahead and tell you what mine smells like real quick.
Yeah. All right.
It's got a nice...
Perfect segue.
Ooh, I like that. It's got a nice, slight bready, malty type smell. It's really a nice aroma. I like the look of it too. It's got a nice golden amber, almost amber. It's golden color,
Nice.
And it's pretty clear, you can see right through it. It's not an issue there, The head is dissipated, of course, but that's just how it goes with that,
Well, I'll be a nerd really quick, because sometimes even clear German beers will have suspended yeast particles. Can you see any particles, or is it completely clear like an adjunct lager?
It's completely clear. It's very clear, and it's got that almost like kind of sweet smelling malt, Yeah, it's a very attractive aroma, and the look of it and everything. I'm going to go ahead and dive into it while you're doing your thing.
Oh, I'll be ready. I'll do dive into it, man. So Helles to me have always been kind of biscuity with some grassy hops. I'm wondering if you're getting any of that.
Definitely biscuity. It's got the nice breadiness, biscuit type flavor. And it does have the grassiness,
nice.
That most European lagers have, have that grassy.
Sure. Yeah.
Only this one is very, I say mild to medium in comparison. It's very smooth. Because the Germans
are masters of beer, so yeah. And they always make it pleasant, but they make it complex. Like the Germans aren't trying to market towards the Bud Light crowd, right?
No.
So they're just like, we're going to make this beer. We've been making it for hundreds of years. Shut the fuck up and like it.
Yeah. The crazy thing about them is that they've got it down to the science. Yeah, because
Yeah.
they get these, like you said, the complexity that's there. They have that the ability to just zero, dial it in, and the
Yeah.
time, the temperature, the amounts, everything's dialed in just perfectly. And like I said, it has that sweet malty and it has the grassiness to it. It's very
Yeah.
smooth, very easy to drink, and
Yeah.
it does have a light bitter, and it has a very almost dry finish. It's very well
Sure.
crafted, and there's no doubt I completely understand and concur with their idea of it being a 93. What is that, an A? 94 is an A, right?
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I'd say it's an A. To me that's how it tastes. It's very good beer. Of course, this brewery right here been in business since 1040. You know,
Yeah. 1040. Damn.
every beer I've had from them, I can almost say I'm going to go ahead and say it, even though I might be wrong. May have been one or two that I didn't really care for.
Yeah.
But I will say the majority of the beers that I've had from them have all been winners. All been winners.
Nice. No, I had their Hefeweizen and their Dunkel. Do you remember what? I don't know if you remember when I sent you some pictures, or maybe it was Shag Dog. But I've had that. Like, so my brewery, not my brewery, my local liquor store carries 4 different beers from these guys.
Mm.
Oh, PA. Yeah.
I think he's talking about yours.
No, I think he's talking about yours because I've seen that German beer at my liquor store for $7.99 for a 4-pack. That brand.
No,
I think he's talking about.
Yeah.
No, it was $7.99. It's about $2. Yeah. No. PA Brew News once again. That dude's an encyclopedia. He's serious about his shit, man.
Yep.
And he doesn't like shitty beers either. He gets really mad about shitty beers.
Yeah, he probably doesn't like your Genesee at all, man.
Yeah. He's always making fun of my poverty, but I love you, PA Brew News. Cheers. I'm gonna do my tiny cup. Look, here's my tiny glass, man.
Yeah, there you go.
So on the nose,
are you part of the Lollipop gang or whatever, kids?
They just released that that Timothée Chalamet Willy Wonka movie, and I was like, I saw the trailer. And I was like, I don't want to see a gay young Willy Wonka. What the fuck is this movie?
Yeah, I'm interested in it only because they had Mr. Bean in it.
And also, Hugh Grant is what all the Oompa Loompas look like. Mm. And he's like, I'm an Oompa Loompa. I'm Hugh Grant. And I'm like,
you know why they made him look like Hugh Grant, don't you?
Shoved a dick in their faces. I don't know.
Because Hugh Grant looks like the original guy that was in the first Willy Wonka movie.
Gene Wilder?
The original guy as a
Oompa. No, he does. He does look like the original small guy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
They looked at that and said, yeah, we could use him and it would look almost like him. So I guarantee you that's the reason why they picked him.
All right. So, this small glass, it adds a little whimsy to the experience, This review is for PA Brew News. I'm sure he can access Genesee because he's close to New York, but here we go. And then Shag Dog, look, he's my guardian angel up in the corner of the screen. He's looking over me. He likes to drink a lot of shitty American adjunct lagers. Mm-hmm. So this is reasonably fresh. It was canned in December, and from what I've read online about other reviews, if it's fresh, you get a little bit of hay. You get like a spring hay.
Yeah.
Not quite fresh cut lawn. Fresh cut lawn's almost got a piney, herbally essence to it.
Yeah.
This is more like, you're raking the lawn 2 days later, more of a dried hay kind of hops with a tiny bit of, it's not quite citrus, but it's like a kiss of sweet herbalness that then folds into the corn.
Yeah.
So this is an adjunct lager. It's got some corn in it. And it's been criticized as being over carbonated and too sweet. But I think it only still comes out to 120 calories for a 4 point, or 125 for 4.5. Somewhere in there. It's not too bad, but it's more than a Bud Light. It does have a little sweetness. So here we go on the taste. It's like it looks like a big glass, but I could do it in one drink because it's tiny.
Yeah.
Like, finish your glass now, Jammer. I already finished mine.
Well, I'm almost
No,
there.
I'm gonna pour another here in my tiny
glass. That just tells you how
glass.
smooth this is and how easy it is to drink. Look at me.
Yeah.
I've already drank over half of it.
So I guarantee you that's smoother than mine. Genesee has like a lot of American adjuncts, Jammer. It gets kind of gross and also overcarbonated in the middle. It gets kind of a weird grainy flavor that's kind of, it's not bad, but it's like, I don't know. It's like a stale bready kind of like, like you're drinking a Bud Light. It's not like fucking amazing or anything. It's got just like a general.
I'm telling you right now, every beer has its place. It's strange for me to say, but even the ones I don't like and don't care for, somebody likes them. Somebody gets into it.
And even in Colorado, where it's relatively expensive, beer has gone up. So let me put it into perspective. I was in Target yesterday, and I was going to pick up a 6-pack of beer there instead of my local liquor store, and they were charging $14.99 for a 6-pack of Odell IPA. And I laughed and said, "Fuck you!" And I went to my liquor store and got the same thing on sale for $8.99 there.
Yeah,
but people are so for $15.99, if I can get a 30-pack of beer for $15.99 in this market with this inflation, it's cheaper than. So we like to get the. Have you ever seen that Buble, the bubbly? That's the brand, that sparkling water. It's just got different flavors. It doesn't have any calories, just sparkling water. That comes out to 64 cents a can. It's actually more than this fucking beer. Like, sparkling water costs more than this beer. So,
which is crazy because you can make your own sparkling water if you had the CO2, the Soda Stream type thing. You can just add the CO2 right to it.
I've just been drinking tea. I can make a glass of herbal tea for about 7 cents. So
yeah.
You
know,
know,
that's just like whenever they came up with the scheme for the razors. They had the quad, have 4 blades. One lifts, one does this, one does that, and all stuff. Meanwhile, they're selling those for like $8 a blade.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
And with a straight razor, you get that, and you get it. Well, last time I bought them, and this will tell you how long ago I bought them. Now, get this.
All right.
I bought this back in probably 2014, maybe even closer to 2011. It might have been 10 years ago. I bought 2 packs of these things, and what I mean by packs is a long pack of blades that had 5 blade packs in it. So it equaled up to like 100 blades. And I think I paid 5 cents or 3 cents a blade. Right?
Yeah.
And I bought that close to 10 years ago.
Yeah. It's now like 3 times more.
Well, I'm sure it's higher, but I mean, I'm just thinking about 3 to 5 cents a blade it was. So that shave cost me 3, and that blade lasts a week.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Then you flip it over, and it lasts another week.
Yeah, and if you go buy Gillette razors, they suck, and they last like 1 or 2 shaves, and
it doesn't last a whole week usually. They're gone, and if they do last a week, that's surprising. And I'm not shaving a lot of space, I'm just shaving a little bit.
Yeah, me too. I'm kind of hairy right now, but I should just get a buck knife, dude. Do it like you remember Predator? That one guy was in the jungle. He's all sweaty, and he just didn't even need he just used the sweat and his like thing to just he'd be shit, and then he nicks himself a little bit. It's like the jungle sweat. Like I just need to give me a Bowie knife, man. So that's the man way to do it.
But I tell you, when I went to the straight razor, I was like, "Yeah, you have to adjust yourself. You got to get into it and everything." But once you're used to it again and all that stuff, and you're doing
so you're using that. You're doing a straight razor, then you're still doing that.
Yeah.
Damn, that's props, man. I need to grow some cojones and go there.
Now you could get
myself,
the
man.
now what I mean by straight razor. I'm sorry, I should say safety razor. Safety razor. The double blade safety razor. The straight razor, I do have a couple of them, and I did it a
I
few
thought
times.
you were straight up like the demon barber of Fleet Street. What is that, Johnny Depp? He's
yeah.
He's like chopping like a fucking straight up, and you flip it up, and it's just like the Jack the Ripper razor. I thought you were just like 1875ing it, dude. I was like, fuck,
I forgot that it's called safety razors. Straight razor is the long. But I used the straight. I did that for about a year. I was using the straight razor. It's just okay. Let me put it this way: the straight razor, you have to enjoy taking the time out to do the shit.
You got to take the time out. Yeah, but you know what? Why not, dude? Why not?
Now the safety razor, you can take the time out because you got to take the time out for it too, but it's a lot faster.
It is, yeah. But you know what? It always gets gummed up. I hate when hairs get between, and I got to shake it. Sometimes I got to smack it against the sink to dislodge the.
Are you talking about the Gillette's?
The Gillettes, yeah. The plastic Gillette.
When I'm talking about the safety razor is that blade.
I know. It's a whole different thing. I'm just talking about. I hate
yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just talking about the disposable ones. They get clogged up real quick when they suck.
And they're designed for that. They're designed for that, where you get irritated with them and throw them away.
Yeah, no, that's what happens. But I know what you're talking about. It's kind of it's in between the disposable Gillette and the straight. Like it's like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Now, do you have to sharpen them yourself, or is there a service you use? What are you doing?
The safety razors.
Where do you buy these? Is it a brand? Or are you just buying razors from some guy on the street and you're like, yeah,
no.
This will do the trick. I got a couple of rusty razors ready to trim my.
There it is, feather. Okay. I see. Look at that. Wow, let me see what the price is on this thing here. A 10 count for $8 now. Oh boy. That's expensive.
That's not that bad.
Unless you're being
Let
me show you what they are so that you can. I'm going to share the screen with you.
All right, yeah.
Where do I got to go? Present. Share screen. Share screen. All right, I'm going to show you right there. Share. Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's what safety razors are.
Oh, no. So you're shaving with those? Yeah. And they go in a special thing like that. Oh, there's a little like, you have a handle for it.
Yeah. This is what I'll show you. I'll show you the razor.
So you're basically shaving with fucking X-Acto knives. Basically is what you're doing.
See, this is what you have right here.
That looks like some X-Acto knife bullshit to me. I mean, that's what you're shaving your face with the fucking X-Acto knife.
This is the straight razor. See, this is the straight razor.
No, that's the demon barber of Fleet Street.
Yeah. Now this one is just the safety razor. Now I bought old school back in the day, right? Gillette.
Sweeney Todd. I found Sweeney Todd is that Sweeney fuck. That's the Sweeney Todd razor. He's just slicing people in that movie. I hate that. Do you like unnecessary gore jammer where you just see somebody's throat get cut open, you watch all the blood come out? I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy
unnecessary is not the greatest. I
mean, if it's supposed to terrorize you, great.
I'm all right. If it contributes to the story, but otherwise.
Yeah, I'm not a pussy about it. Like, Jason Voorhees fucks somebody up real quick, shoves but like when they're like slowly cutting somebody's throat and you have to like watch it and it's like supposed to be meant as like a body horror thing. I'm like, you guys, it just seems like a gross fetish or something. I'm like, you're gross.
You see this razor right here that I'm put the cursor over?
Yes.
That's an adjustable, and you dial that in. It moves the blade closer or further away to give you a bigger gaping hole or, a more aggressive shave to a more, Anyway, this is I bought one that had been refurbished and cleaned and everything, sanitized, all that stuff from the 1950s, back close to 10 years ago, maybe longer. and I decided I was going to go to this because I hated those those blades that they make now. You know, where you're Mach 5, Mach whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I was tired of spending the money on them. So I bought that, and I bought the razors at the same time. I bought that thing refurbished for about $35. You know, boom, boom, boom. Right.
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
have it. It's still in good shape. But I bought a slant razor that's like that. It's just got a little slant to it, and it gives a better shave.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I'm getting at is I bought this over 10 years. Well, I'd say it's probably 10 years or more. It's about that time period. Anyway, I bought those blades, and I still have a bunch of them. It's lasted that long, and I've been only paying 3 to 5 cents for my shave for the week. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for
In
sure.
comparison to what you would be spending if you're buying the other stuff. Now, that's the frugal side of me. Now, what did I have to buy in addition to that? I bought the beaver brush, you know, the shaving brush and the shaving soap.
Yeah.
I bought all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, that costs more money, but guess what? I bought that soap at the same time. I still have jars of the tins of those soap because I bought it from a company out in Arizona that makes some handcrafted soaps, shaving soaps, and has nice aromas and everything like that, fragrances and stuff,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I bought those at the same time. I still have the 110 that's the bay rum. I still have enough soap in there that I could probably do another 6 months out of it. And it's just now getting to where I'm seeing the tin is almost empty. You know, it's got enough soap in there to last at least that long. The initial outlay for the cost of doing all this stuff probably cost me close to $100 initially. So tie that into the last 10 years. That's what, $10 a year?
Yeah. Yeah.
$10 a year, 3 to 5 cents a shave for the year for 52 weeks. What is that? 5 times 52. That's 10, 1, 5. That's 2, 5. That's 260. What is it? 26, right?
$26 for the year?
Isn't that what it is?
Yeah. No, you're right. That would be like, I've seen packs of razors, the disposable ones, going for $13 each. You're basically, and you could easily go through those in 2 months. So you're basically spending 1/6 at the minimum, 1/6 of what you would have with standard razors.
Yeah, times 52, just to double check. What? No. 5 cents times 0.05 times 52.
So if you're going with premium razors, I want to say it's like
that's $2.60
for the year.
$2.60 for the year for the blades.
Oh damn! Well, all right, then that's 1/6 times 10. Fuck. What is that? What is 1/6 times 10? Is that so? Well, it's like it gets weird when you multiply fractions. I was like, so we said you saved 1/6 times 10. I guess that means so instead of spending 1/6 of the price, you've now paid 1/60th.
Yeah.
There we go. So to redo the math, you're paying 1/60th of what you would pay with standard razors, which would mean that it would take you 60 years of spending at that rate to equal 1 year of normal razors.
Yeah.
Sorry, you tripped me up with the math for a minute, but I got to say what?
Talk about being frugal, right? Now you add that $2.60 in with the cost over the 10 years of what is that? 10 years. I bought it for like
adding
$35.
Interest, and
35 divided by 10, right? 35. Well, that's what, $350 a year, right?
Yeah.
$350 a year. Is that right?
That sounds right.
So $350 added to the $260. That now I'm at what 3.5 plus the 2.6. That's $6.10 a year I paid for my shaving. If I just go with the razor blade razor, now I got to add the soap over the cost of the last 10 years. I think I spent let's see, I think it was $35 to $50 of soap, but I had multiple soaps, so I still got soap I haven't even opened yet.
I mean, think of this, dude. One meal at McDonald's in this current economy is like, so, speaking of the guy, so I had the guy over here doing, I'm hoping I didn't we had a really good talk today. I offered him a beer and he's like, nah, I'm going to wait till I get home, but I like beer. Thanks. And I thought, and I told him, I'm like, all right, I'm going to be downstairs doing a beer cast. Let me know if you need anything. Just let yourself out. And I just saw him a couple minutes ago. He just spent, it is 5:13 here, or it was 5:08 when he left. Kind of heard him peeling out. What?
You dropped off there for a moment. Go ahead.
Oh.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was just going to say, it's crazy. This guy just kind of peeled out of the driveway and left. I've got a good relationship with him, but I hope that my beer cat, I just said, I'm like, if you hear me talking to somebody in my kitchen, I'm not crazy. I'm talking to Jammer. He's like, who's Jammer? I'm like, it's a long story. I'm like, I'd have to send you this Simpsons clip to even get you started. Dude, I love that Simpsons clip, dude. It's fucking crazy. And guess what else? You know, I was talking about that Apple visor thing they're coming out with. There was an episode in 2018. The Simpsons did exactly like that. It's going all over social media. I can't believe they predicted Shag Dog and Jammer, though. That's a fucking obscure prediction. Or it just means that you guys are canonical to society, meaning that Shag Dog and Jammer have always exist. Like the Greeks, it was Shagdamius and Jameronius or whatever. You guys have always existed. And back then you were reviewing wine. You know,
could it be like the two old guys in the Muppets in the theater? You know.
Yeah, you guys had something like that going for sure. That would have maybe been the 70s or whatever. So it just cracks me up, man. But I had a crazy day, dude. In this one video, I had weird kids playing hockey on my porch, and I just didn't have time to question it and then my guy gets out of here real quick, but the work's done, and I'm hoping, did I offend this guy? You know, I was just, I was I told him, I'm going to be doing an online beer review. And he kind of seemed to be like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, you're going to hear me talking to somebody. I'm going to be drinking and talking to somebody in my kitchen. And he was, and maybe he just thinks I'm a nut. He's like, I'm getting out of here before this guy eats me or something, Yeah. Which I don't know, hanging out with you and Shag Dog for, I think it's been 9 years since I've been following your channel. That's enough to make anybody nutty. Maybe I'm just a cannibal now. No, but I think it's my first memory of your channel, by the way, is let's see, I think it was in 2013. You guys had reviewed a beer from Magic Hat that I had also had. Remember, a Magic Hat used to be all over everywhere. You get Magic Hat beers. Those mix packs. Remember the mix packs and all.
They just disappeared down here.
Yeah, here too. And I posted on just the comments. Excuse me, sorry. This beer is very medicinal. And a couple of videos later, you guys were talking about some of your comments. You're like, oh, Jammer fan, who's this guy? It was the first comment. You're like, oh, yeah, I can see that being medicinal. Have you ever had a hoppy saison before? They call it a hoppy saison. Those tend to be real medicinal because you have the bubblegum band-aidy taste from the saison yeast, and then you have a bitter hops, and it tastes medicinal. And I think Magic had done some. Remember when white IPAs, not Belgian IPAs, well, Belgian and white IPAs were all the
right.
Shit, sorry, I need to crack open another beer. Fuck.
Rugby.
I've been ripping out flooring for the past couple days and moving furniture, so I've just been getting dust in my face and breathing in shit.
But the first comment, what?
Say what?
You were going on about the first comment that you made, medicinal and...
Oh, yeah, no, and then you said in a video, you guys read it, and you were like, oh, yeah, you said, you personally, you said, I think this Jammer fan guy, knows his beer. He's being very specific on these tasting notes. Because I wasn't just it's medicinal. I was like, oh, it's an IPA with citrus and a medicinal finish and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
And it was one of these. But dude, I miss when like Pyramid, Magic Hat, Sam Adams, like all these, they would release a 12-pack that had 6 beers, 2 of each.
I remember Pyramid too. That was a good one, where you
so
get
you would
packs.
get 6 beers, and especially because it's 2 of each. If it was like you and Shagdog, that's perfect. You guys got in one 12-pack. You guys can each review 6 beers.
Yeah.
And for just an average schmo, you're just like, cool. I get 6 different beers, and if I like one, at least I have another one. If I don't, well, I'll drink it to get drunk.
Yeah.
And I hate that the Sam Adams always had the Boston Lager, but I grew to love Boston Lager though. After time, I like
I respect it more now than what I did, but then I don't respect the company as much as I used to.
Yeah, no, I don't respect the company now, and they've actually changed. They changed Boston Lager last year. It's now like a light, amber. It's not a Vienna. So it was a Vienna lager, and here's the thing. They made theirs, if this makes sense, it was very bittery and coppery. I don't know how to describe it. It was like tannic, coppery, minerally, bitter. There was a caramel flavor, but it didn't finish sweet. It just like punishing my fucking palate. And I was like, fuck you, Sam Adams. This is bullshit. But it's like something that you grow to like over time because it's other beers start fading away off your palate because they're too sweet, or if you drink a smooth beer every night, it's not challenging your palate. Then you get a fucking bottle of Sam Adams, and you're like, God, I've had like 12% stouts that are easy drinking than this. It's just like, but it's absolutely, go ahead.
No, you're right, because if you go say like if a hot day and you've been working out in the yard and all that stuff, you come inside the house and grab a beer or something like that. You can pound that thing, and you can. I'm sorry, I can drink. All right, National Bohemian, right?
Yeah.
I every time I would go up north, and every time my family goes up north, I get them to bring back a couple of 30 packs. That lasts me 6 months or so, and I get my National Bohemian fix, whatever like that.
Yeah.
It's not that it's a great beer; it's a decent beer. That's all. But it's good tasting in comparison to some of the beers that I can buy that are cheap,
Yeah.
And so I'll drink that beer, and like the other day, I came home. I was like exhausted, tired. I've been sweating and doing all kinds of bending and twisting and all that stuff, trying to get things done and take care of things. I took that beer out of the fridge, and I drank one. And I'm going to tell you right now, 1, 2, maybe 3 gulps. I was already halfway done with that beer.
Yeah.
Turn around, usually I'll drink a beer. I'll go and sit down and drink the beer, and it'll be a while before I'm done. No, I was almost done with it whenever I decided let me go up and get my food. And while I'm up, I'm going to grab the other beer because I know this one only has maybe a sip left in it.
Yeah.
So I turn around and I grabbed another beer and I would drink it, and but the fact is that you can drink them so quick and they hit the spot so quick. They're so crisp and refreshing and cool.
Yeah.
You drink it and it's done, and next thing you know, you're on to the next beer. Well, that's very sessionable. You drink them real quick or whatever like that. Fine, but as far as a lot of flavor, like you're saying, and a lot of knowing that it's there. Yeah, I remember what it tastes like and everything, and I have that flavor on my. But guess what? My third beer that I had, and that was my final beer that I had that night, was a IPA, and I forget the brand that I had. Golly. It was one of the extra beers I had, and it was an IPA, and it was a 6%er, and that was it. That was the one I ended with. I didn't start with it because I'm like, I'll start something with because when I was looking at the beers in the fridge, I said, I could start with let me start with the National, my Natty, because it's easy to drink.
So that reminds me. So you just triggered a Ronald the Riot memory for me. When he reviews a Natty Daddy, he calls it the Natural Father. Yeah. He's like, I'm reviewing he calls Natty. Like, dude, I can't believe you guys hung out with that guy. What a character, man. it sucks that Shag Dog like shit his pants or whatever happened, but like I mean,
Let me tell
I love you, Shag Dog. I'm just kidding.
I can appreciate anybody. That's the crazy part about it. At work, I appreciate everybody there. You know, the world has to go, has to continue turning, and the only way it continues turning is having the quirky, the strange, the bizarre, as well as the simple and easy people. You know, I mean, it just is. You know, you have to be able to respect everybody. But you're
Yeah.
right. He is a character. He is a character.
No, it was cool that you guys just got to go. Like, honestly, I heard New Orleans has really gone downhill over the last couple of years. Like, yeah, I think you guys really got to go at the peak, like where it was just like
Well, it
a
was
little
right
cleaner
after
and
the
not crazy.
hurricane, Katrina,
Oh,
and all
sure.
that stuff. So when we went, we could still see trees growing out of buildings, you know, because it had been that
Well,
long.
never mind. I guess you guys. I guess it's always been a war zone in Louisiana. I don't know. Never
It
been.
was pretty rough because it had been maybe about a year and a half, maybe
Yeah.
2 years from the time Katrina had hit, and so a lot of the buildings were still, you know, barren and all that stuff. But it was rebuilding. It was being, you know, rebuilt, and people was surviving and doing their
Yeah.
thing, you know, like
Yeah.
people do, you know, like the phoenix rising from the fire. That's what it was doing, and it was fun. It was interesting in seeing some of those sites because, like I said, I can still remember being on the interstate and looking over and seeing a tree growing out of a building that had been destroyed by the hurricane. You know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was just kind of
Dude.
surreal. You know, but
Yeah.
it was fun. The whole experience. If I had my choice, I would have kept it going if we were able to keep the money coming in, you know, me working and making money, and Shag Dog doing his thing and getting more vacation time and so forth, we would have been hitting the road more
Yeah.
often and doing some other
Yeah.
places and visiting other people because we got down to Fort Myers area for Crisco 3D,
Oh, yeah.
Kroll the beer man.
Yeah.
We had talked about the one guy who was doing the 1 minute beer reviews, like a 1 or 2 minute beer
Oh,
reviews.
I remember that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
talking about trying to
Yeah.
get with him because supposedly I think he was in Jacksonville,
Yeah.
and so we were talking to him, and we were talking about trying to get together and do
So here's an old school character. Have you ever heard of Greg Beer Reviews?
Greg. Hey, let's see what's in the
He's
fridge.
he's in Florida, dude.
Is he?
Yeah, he's in southern Florida somewhere, like kind of by the Keys, I think. But
Hey
uh,
guys, let's see what's in the fridge.
yeah, I like he goes like, "Hey guys, let's see what's in the fridge today.
Yeah.
Here's what's in the fridge today." Like he just kind of repeats it twice. It's like a signature. Like, let's see what's in the fridge today. Here's
If you
what's in the fridge today.
if you watch some of our videos, I will turn around and do that voice, you know, and say that kind
Ah,
of
nice.
thing every now and
Classic
then.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Classic tube.
Yeah, and that's what's
Classic
disappointing
tube.
with the way that YouTube has become. It's become too commercial. It used to be
Yeah.
where a place, the avant-garde people could
Yeah.
go and create and do strange and bizarre and wild things and
Yeah.
stupid stuff. You know, just to be able to get out there and talk to each other and do crazy stuff. Now it's become a science. Oh, this is the algorithm. We got to do this and we got to do that, and that's how all these people like Mr. Beast and everybody else has been able to, you know, grow like they have. It's because they've tied in and gotten so scientific with the. And I get it. Yeah, you want to grow, and yeah, you should learn a little bit
Yeah.
of all that stuff. But it just like it becomes. They got people in houses now. They're having groups of people coming together and living in the same house,
Yeah.
creating content and helping create that content. And it's become so much of a business that it's not when you see it and you think it's one person doing no, it's multiple people doing it.
Yeah.
It's not one person doing that channel. Shag
Yeah.
Dog and me, when we did it in the beginning, it was just us. We were doing everything. We were the lighting. We were the set. We were the
Yeah.
director. We were all, you know, all these things. And most of the other people that I've seen on there would the point and shoot and all that stuff, they did videos like that, same thing.
Yeah.
But then somewhere down the line, people realized the companies realized, hey, we can make money off of this, and it became so commercial. And I get it, I understand it. Money, it's there. People are going to want to make it.
Yep.
I don't. It's just kind of disappointing in that it's become oversaturated with that, because and then you have the ability to place the commercials at certain points in your video. Used to at least.
Used to. It might be, for a while. I'm not sure.
And now, when I watch these videos it's like, that's the most inopportune time for you to put a commercial. Why are you putting a commercial right then in the middle of a sentence?
I can tell you exactly why, because I've been in this industry. I know exactly why. The exact reason.
I know.
You want to know?
I heard
it's because they're placing it right before the statistical drop off for their video. So if they see, if it's a 20-minute video and they see that at the minute 7 mark, they're having an 80% drop in viewership, they're going to put a commercial in at minute 6 to get those people one last commercial before they drop out of the video. Yeah. That's my theory. What do you think?
I agree with you. I know that's what it's about. It's about placing.
You laughed. It seemed like you had a better answer. You seemed like you
I knew exactly what you were going to say. That's the reason why I laughed. And the thing about it is that I know the answer to the question that I posed, but it's just the fact, like in the middle of a song, they're singing a song. I mean, why are you interrupting the song? That's the whole reason why somebody clicked on the video to begin with, is to be able to listen to the freaking song, and then you turn around and interrupt it with a commercial. It's causing the YouTube experience to be very aggravating.
But guess what? YouTube and all these other places will allow you to pay extra to have no ads.
Yes, and
I know there's a podcast I listen to where a guy reviews new movies and new shows, and he said he got so tired of ads that because of his nature of his job, which is watching TV, he just paid for all the premium packages to have no ads. And he's like, it's so great having no ads because it doesn't. If you interrupt a song or you interrupt, let's say Anthony Hopkins is giving a speech, he's like, I'm Anthony Hopkins and I'm giving and like all of a sudden, Hello Fresh will give you like 20 meals for like $39.99, and you use HelloFresh code Anthony Hopkins, and you'll get 5 3 desserts, and then it goes back, and he's like, and
some fava beans.
Yeah, it's just it kind of kills a song. It kills Anthony Hopkins. He's like, I'm Anthony I am giving a speech, and it's like, DoorDash, have you thought about getting your favorite local spots delivered to your door, Jammer? Have you thought about that, Jammer?
Yeah. DoorDash is another scam, I tell you.
Use code SHAGDOG5 to get your next 2 orders with
DoorDash.
Yeah, with DoorDash. That could have been you guys if you had sold out, but then you got banned, and then you recently got suspended. You guys are like fucking hooligans of the internet. You're always getting banned and suspended. And it looks like I'm drinking a fine brandy, doesn't it? I'm like,
we should move on to the next beer. It's been an hour.
Yeah.
You want to finish that whimsical beer?
Sure. It's a hobbit size. It's a hobbit size beer. It really is. Like, it looks really big. I'm like drinking a big bottle of lager today, and I'm like,
oh, there you go.
Woo! I might as well, dude. I should be on a dude. Me and you, Jammer, I want us to be like, if there was ever like a doubles, like, they had doubles tennis, if there was ever like a doubles beer championship where we could go to Germany and just be like, let's see what we could drink, dude. Like, we've thrown down, man. We have thrown down on this channel.
I guarantee you, if you went for Oktoberfest, you would have a hell of a time. I told the story. I don't know if you remember me telling the story.
No, I know about Oktoberfest story, yeah.
About me just happening to get into the tent.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's you talk about spontaneity and then just running with it and just getting in and then being able to see the band that you always see on the History Channel and seeing the people up there playing that you see on the History Channel, it becomes so real to you. I mean, it's like you're there. It just becomes so much more, and then you're enjoying it so much more, and then just the whole experience becomes so much more. But it was so funny. I still remember. It's so crazy. I remember giving a tip to the lady bringing the beer, and the German guys that were there that I was sitting at the table said, "Oh no, no, don't do that. Don't give the." And I'm like, I give the tip because I know, and I looked at her. I said, I know that she will bring me a beer every time she sees it gets down about a quarter of the way. She's going to be back here with another beer, and she's going to get another tip. So I know that she's going to keep them coming until I tell her it's over, and everything. And they just looked at me like I was crazy. But guess what? That lady did. Every time that beer got down, whoo, another liter of beer came. It was so crazy. They didn't like the fact that I was tipping, but I'm like, what the fuck? They work hard for their money, those ladies. Man.
So did you eat some schnitzel when you were there? I'm a fan of schnitzel.
I had Jaeger schnitzel and pup fritz and spätzle and what's the other one? The roast beef that they call it. What do they call that? Man, I had everything you could possibly imagine along the way when I was in Germany. The couple of times that I've been there, and I've been lucky enough to go to Oktoberfest twice, and
nice.
yeah, and both experiences were fun. It was really something else, and I guarantee you, if you went during the Oktoberfest, I mean, going to Germany in general was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But adding the Oktoberfest experience, that's just another, bucket list checked off, type thing.
Yeah.
Or
For
feather
sure.
in your cap type thing.
Yeah.
I think that being able to go low, and I'm not a big fan of Lowenbrau, but after going to Germany and having the beer there and drinking it there, and then having their Oktoberfest beer on top of that, I really have a lot of respect for that beer that they make there. It's like, damn, that's a damn good Marzen beer.
Yeah.
And I went to. They have restaurants there, that are Lowenbrau.
Yeah.
And the restaurants serving the Lowenbrau beer because that's all they serve, and then they serve food and all that stuff. That was awesome because the food was really good and everything. It was. I went to a couple times to a Lowenbrau restaurant, because they had the Hofbrau house here in St. Pete until they couldn't pay their water bill and all that. They had issues with the people they were renting and all that stuff, the space, and then they shut it down and left. That was sad because that was a nice place. But yeah. And I don't know what we were going with on this, but you had mentioned something about.
No, I love it. But I think we should go to the next one, man, because we're we're almost exactly an hour. So
all right.
That'll be good.
Let's do that. Let's go to the next one. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see you on the next one, guys.